Today in our 2017 Cadillac XT5, we'll be looking at our best hitch options. On the top, we have a Draw-Tite Class 3, part number 76022. And on the bottom, we have a Curt Class 3, part number C13285. Now both of our hitches are very similar here today. The only main difference that we have between our two is that our Draw-Tite hitch here has a bracket welded onto the frame, which we can use to mount any of our wiring connections for our trailer, such as a 4-pole flat or a 7-way RV connection. If we wanted to mount a wiring harness on our Curt hitch, we'd have to use an adapter bracket which clamps to the frame of the hitch, in addition to whatever bracket we need to secure. So there's two brackets you'd have to purchase for the Curt in order to install your wiring versus just one for the Draw-Tite, which most of the time the wiring harness you purchase does come with that bracket, especially in the 7-ways. On the 4-ways though, that is an additional one you have to purchase. Now our Draw-Tite hitch also has a larger diameter safety chain loop right here. So you can see I can stick 4 fingers of my hand through it easily, whereas our Curt really can only do 2 fingers. So if you have large diameter safety chains on your trailer, which you can't swap out easily, the Draw-Tite hitch may be a better option for you for that. Finally, our Draw-Tite hitch here does have an additional hole in the side of the receiver. Towards the rear of it, there's a smaller diameter hole, which is used for a J-pin stabilization device. J-pin stabilization device is a device that takes some of that annoying shake and play out of whatever is inserted into your receiver, so you don't have to listen to it driving down the road. Finally, the capacity on our two hitches is slightly different. Our Draw-Tite hitch has a 675 pound max gross tongue weight rating and a 4,500 pound max gross trailer weight rating. It does support the use of weight distribution, but those numbers stay the same. Now our Curt hitch features a 750 pound max gross tongue weight rating, and that stays the same with weight distribution. Features a 5,000 pound max gross trailer weight rating. If we use weight distribution with our trailer, that number increases to 6,000 pounds. Now our hitches do have a slightly different finish to them. They both are gloss black, but our Curt hitch here is more of a high gloss black finish, so it's more of an appealing look. Granted, when you're not towing your trailer or using your hitch for a bike rack or a cargo carrier, you can reinstall the bumper cover underneath the vehicle, the little access panel that you remove in order to use the hitch, and you won't see the hitch at all. So it doesn't really matter when you're not using it, you won't see it at all. You can see what the hitch looks like installed. Currently we have a Curt hitch installed on our vehicle. The Draw-Tite hitch will look very similar to this once it's installed. And like I was saying earlier, when we're not using it, we can easily reinstall our cover here, just pop it in position and re-secure it with the 2 screws. That way you don't have to look at your hitch and to give your vehicle a nice clean appearance. Now for a quick summary here, as far as weight capacity goes, the Curt hitch gets a slight advantage here because it does have a higher tongue weight rating. So if you're using a cargo carrier, you can put a little bit more weight on it. And it also does have a higher gross trailer weight rating capacity when it's being used for weight distribution and just normal use without weight distribution as well. As far as clearance goes, they're both about equal. They both sit as far back and they're both hidden well behind the bumper cover. You don't see them if you reinstall that cover at all. As far as towing goes, I would give the Draw-Tite hitch the advantage because we have those larger safety chain loops on the bottom of the receiver in order to hook our safety chains up. And we do have that built-in bracket for mounting whatever wiring that we need to tow our trailer. As far as recreational use goes, I would give the Curt hitch a slight advantage just because it does have a higher tongue weight rating. So if you really wanted to load some cargo down in your cargo carrier, you have more ability with the Curt hitch over the Draw-Tite. Now for my personal preference, if I was going to be using a hitch on this vehicle only to tow a trailer, I'd probably lean towards the Draw-Tite myself just because the larger safety chain loops and the bracket in order to secure our wiring is already there. It's one less thing I have to worry about purchasing. If I was going to be using it for a bike rack or a cargo carrier, something of that nature, I'd be leaning towards the Curt hitch myself just because it has a higher capacity on it. And the Curt hitch I find was a little bit easier to install because when we raise it up, we don't have to fight the bracket for the wiring against the fascia of the vehicle. And it does use a slightly different hardware. It has a flange nut versus a conical tooth washer and a nut. It's one less thing to hold on to while you're raising the hitch in position. We hope you find this video informative and helpful in your hitch purchasing decisions for your Cadillac XT5. Click the link below to shop, learn more, or visit us at etrailer.com.